60 minutes of your life. This is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Alongside former Badger and Packer Gary Ellerson, here's Emmy Award winner Homer.
The best 60 minutes of your day. The Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. 1-800-990-3776. Feel free to give him a call. Though we now have people, Pebble, isn't this right? We should go to YouTube and watch it on YouTube, and then people have comments on the side, right?
Yes, they do.
And then you can notice what people say in the chat. So it is the day after a Packer loss, 34-31 to the Lions. And you may have certain thoughts right after the game, of which Gary Ellerson did, because he was on the post-game show, and he was on the show until just about 1:48 in the morning, and we'd like to thank our final caller, who was at about 1:42. People love the Packers. Have you changed at all from thoughts that you had right after the game, now that you've had a few hours to think about it and have had people ask you a million questions?
No, home team. That's a good question. I think the Lions are a better team. Plain simple. We're not there yet. They're just better than we are. And that's the bottom line. I think if you go back and look at the first quarter, Ben Johnson coached circles. Jeff Hafley couldn't catch up with him.
Yeah, but the Packers only lost by 3 points on the road.
You never felt that they could win it. You just never did. At least I didn't. And if you guys want to call in and tell me you felt like you did, want
to know when?
Yeah, no, I just never felt like they were going to win.
Well, you know why? 2 times the Packers got ahead. Detroit took the ball 70 yards and went down the field in like 100 plays.
Exactly. So, and I know a lot of people talking about Jaden Reed's not touching the ball, this, that, and the other. But here's the problem, and I don't know what my guys at KBN just told me, but time possession and the number of plays that they're getting doesn't bode well for Jaden Reed to get a number of plays, because right now the offense has changed.
Right, but that means he can't be as good as I think he is. No. Hey, James Lofton, they always got him the ball.
No, this is different.
It's different?
Because James Lofton was our number one option. Jaden Reed's not the number one option anymore. He was. The number one option is Josh Jacobs.
And receiving, it might be Watson.
Now it's Watson.
Oh.
And it's only Watson. It's when you get down. If they can get in a ball control type game where they don't feel like they got to score a lot of points, Jaden Reed becomes in play. But now when you got to throw the ball deep, get big chunks, Christian Watson comes in to play. That's why Jaden Reed's not getting the ball. They're trying to get chunk yards right now, and you got to live and die. Whatever Christian Watson does, he makes at least a couple bonehead plays every game. So whatever he does, you got to live and die with that, because he's your deep threat, and he's going to get behind somebody. He just got to catch it.
Sean, you are on the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour, 1-800-990-3776. And here's how I determine how much people care about the Packers. You care, you got a question. If you don't care, you don't have a question.
Absolutely.
All right, Sean.
Absolutely. And I had to bail at like 12:40 last night, so a testament to you guys for carrying it another hour. I was much too tired. But, Gary, everyone's talking about the magnificent throw that Jordan Love had to Watson when it was second and 14.
Yeah, though it was touched by the defensive player.
Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Was that a skilled throw, or was that a moment and he got lucky that it was perfectly placed?
Here's what I don't understand about Jordan Love, and just follow me in this. When Aaron Rodgers makes that throw, no one questions it. When Jordan Love make great throws, why do we question it?
I can answer that.
I want him to answer real quick. Then right. You come in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because he was under pressure, under duress, and it looked like he was just throwing it away, and I was surprised it ended up as a completed pass.
Well, you didn't answer my
he
question.
Tends to panic and throw an interception in that standpoint, which I thought it was going to end up as.
You didn't answer my question.
I'm still here if you need me.
Okay. Well, let me answer. I thought I don't think he has the accuracy to make that precise of a throw.
And I'm telling you, he does. But you still didn't answer my question. My question to you is, when Aaron Rodgers make those types of throws and complete them, it's a great throw. But when Jordan Love makes those type of throws and complete them, we question it. Why is that?
Yeah, and it's just because it's a lack of production of that kind of skill up to this point. He's only been here a year and a half, and we had 16 years of Aaron Rodgers. Like, yeah, he can make that throw. And, oftentimes when he's throwing it away or, making great throws, I thought it was an attempt to get rid of the ball before he got sacked. And it turned out to be a great throw with a great catch. And we've seen that in the past couple of weeks that end up as interceptions. So that, I was worried it was going to be intercepted. It turned out to be a great completion on 2nd and 14.
Thank you for your phone call. You want to answer it, home team?
Yeah, it's just this is not that far from what it was said about Rodgers when he was that young in his career as a starter. So, yeah, it'll change, but this early, he just hasn't done it often enough.
For people to believe.
Yeah, to the same level.
Okay.
Now, because I think this would be a great poll question, is that how good do you think Jordan Love's going to be?
Well, I've seen enough.
Is he going to win an MVP?
I've seen enough of Jordan Love to know that wasn't a fluke throw. Seen enough of it. The guy can quarterback. The guy can throw the ball. The guy's got an arm. He can throw it with the best of them. Now, and I was debating this today with a couple of my friends about the potential of Jordan Love. And there's only a couple guys in the game right now that are that guy. Really, I can only think of one. Maybe you can help me out. Mahomes is that guy, like the thrower of the football, right? Rodgers not even in that category anymore. So it's really Mahomes and who else?
Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Okay. When healthy.
Yes.
Only two.
I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Is Josh? Is he in there? Who's the kid from Buffalo?
Oh, Allen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you throw him in there?
Yes, I would throw him in there. Right.
Who else after that? I mean, just throw a football. Who else is in there?
I mean, this year Russell Wilson has been there.
But Russell Wilson, I wouldn't put him.
Goff is there this year.
And once again, I wouldn't put Russell Wilson or Goff in the same category as I would, let's just do this, a young Brett Favre, a young Aaron Rodgers, or with Allen, or with Mahomes.
Yeah, you're right.
I just wouldn't. I would put Jordan Love in with those other guys you just named. Russell Wilson.
Right.
Who else you name after that? He's
Goff is not Goff now.
Stafford.
Yes.
I put Jordan Love in that category.
Which is pretty good as early as he is in the process.
And that's a problem that we have as Packer fans. We've been spoiled for 40 years, just like the greatest quarterback.
Well, what we're asking is Jordan Love going to win multiple MVPs?
I'm not worried about MVPs. Has Stafford won an MVP?
Has he won one? Maybe I'm not sure. I don't.
Got a Super Bowl though, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm not worried about the MVPs.
I mean, MVPs speak to the caliber people are viewing your play.
But we've got quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls that have never won MVPs. So I'm not worried about that. If you're trying to put Jordan Love in the same category as Aaron Rodgers, it ain't gonna work. Sorry, young Aaron, not Aaron Rodgers right now, but young Aaron.
No
Rodgers.
MVPs for Stafford. The NFL comeback player of the year a long time ago.
Yeah, not gonna work.
Yeah, he doesn't have that.
Not gonna work.
Right. But I will.
But as of today, home team bringing it back full circle. The offense of the Green Bay Packers, the first quarter had not a clue.
Right. But can I add to that?
Sure.
Nobody does all 4 quarters perfect. They scored 31 points. You scored 31 points. Your offense for that game is fine.
But you can't start like they started.
Why not?
Well, that's why they lost.
No.
Yeah.
They were ahead. Oh, no.
No. What was the first 4 possessions? Anybody?
It was terrible. The first 2 possessions were terrible.
So you cannot start like that. That's what I'm saying. You cannot come out there and let these jokers blitz you the way they did and press you the way they did and knock you off your feet.
Yeah, you can.
For it took you 4 possessions to get control of the game.
So what? They were
not
ahead
so what.
21-17 early second half. 21-17. This is the part. You're just like LaFleur. You don't have confidence in this team. They get down that, and yes, the first
That's
2.
not what I'm saying.
Yes, you are, because if the first 2 periods, when Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers, first 2 possessions sucked, they scored 31 points. Nobody's complaining about the offense. And I emphasize, they were down 10. They're ahead 21-17, and we're early second half. Whatever crap occurred early second half, we're back in control. Doesn't mean what?
Doesn't mean anything.
Unless your defense sucks and they go 70 yards.
Doesn't mean anything, Homer. What you just got to put this in this box. Put your notes away.
No.
Put your notes away. I understand you're a note guy.
Yes, totally.
I hate doing radio
because
shows
after
with note
the
guys.
Packers got ahead again,
I hate doing.
Again, the defense gave up 70 yards.
To do some common sense.
Yes,
just common sense.
Everything I do, the notes create common sense.
No, it doesn't. No,
yes.
It doesn't. It skews what you trust your eyes.
Yes.
The first 4 possession that the Packers had on the offensive side of the football was it 3?
Yeah.
Were awful.
Well, the third one they fumbled. Watson fumbled.
Awful.
But yes.
Was it punt?
Yeah, fumble. Yes.
First 3 possessions.
Yes.
Awful.
Yes.
Your eyes, don't let your eyes fool you. Is that what you saw?
Yes.
Awful.
Horrible.
Okay, fine. And that's all you need to know. Awful start to the game.
Fine, yeah.
Can't happen.
Yeah.
And you got to look at it and weigh it. They had no idea what the heck was going on.
Correct.
The Packers offense.
Correct.
Overtook them.
Fine.
They just playing with some Jimmys and Joes over there. We don't even know their last name.
Yes. Fine.
And they played cat coverage, which I told you last night.
Tell people what cat coverage is for
you
this.
got that cat. You got that cat. I got that cat.
No, you're not making. Hold on. You're not making this up. That was actually a football defensive approach.
Yeah. Well, in high school we call it. Some colleges call it too.
They do the same thing.
We're running cat coverage.
Yes.
And cat coverage is so simple. Is that it's man to man and it's all out blitz. You get to the quarterbacks. We'll figure it out. Get him off his spot. Make him move if we don't get the sack.
The premise
back in, we got straight man.
And my premise of cat coverage is you don't got to be really good because you're counting on the pressure, limiting the amount of time you have to deal with maybe somebody who's better than you.
Preach.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right. We're going to take a break. We got callers. They're lined up, man. They want to ask questions to Gary Ellerson. Round 2 next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound on 41, still dealing with an accident blocking the center lane at Hampton, so watch out for that. Westbound 94 at 35th Street, center lane blocked there with a crash, and that's got backups all the way back into the Marquette. On the eastbound side of 94, right about at 68th Street, we have the right shoulder blocked with a crash there. Otherwise, for the most part, we're seeing our usual delays. Southbound 43, for example, from Keefe down to Locust, and then again through the Marquette. Northbound slow from North Avenue all the way up to Keefe, and southbound on the bypass from National Avenue down and around the Hale Interchange to Forest Home. Traffic is brought to you by Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive. For a fun family activity, visit or volunteer this Saturday. For more information, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, not as cold, a low of 26. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, breezy, mild, a high of 43. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think his legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry
Are you guys being serious?
turnovers.
You guys can't put 2 and 2
I got it. I did not get it.
They don't call themselves Racine Danish
I'm
turnover.
sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you too, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. It's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee, and with holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust AccuTrans Group to handle all of my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or festive celebration, AccuTrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
Discount Liquor. Did you know that George Washington served his own homemade version of eggnog made with rum, rye whiskey, and sherry? Well, a lot's changed since the days of our first president, but one constant has been celebrating the holiday season and upcoming new year with family, friends, and loved ones. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. 'Tis the season to check out Discount Liquor's tremendous selection of over 2,000 varieties of beer, 3,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines from around the world. And yes, we do carry 8 varieties of ready-to-drink eggnog. Celebrate this most festive time with a great selection of beautifully packaged liquor gift sets, sure to make you the hit of the party or as a perfect gift for the liquor connoisseur on your shopping list. Discount Liquor, 2 locations in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
It's the holiday season, my favorite time of year. Festive decorations, family gatherings, using our gift boxes. Honestly, I'm happier to see a Using Our Gift Box at my door than Santa. The Using Our Gift Box doesn't require cooking, just eating. And who's not up for that during the holidays? Make someone's day by sending them the tastiest gift in town, a box filled with Using Our's delicious sausage, cheese, and assorted goodies. Order yours today. It's easy. Just go to usingar.com and click on gifts.
Wins, wins, and more wins are waiting to be uncovered at Potawatomi. Get ready to find yours in a winter stash of $300,000 in prizes this December. Play with your rewards card for entries, drawings on 3 thrilling Thursdays. Some seriously big wins are waiting for you. Winter Stash at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
I love free.
I love free, too.
Free. When
It's
you mention
free as
ESPN and purchase at least $2,000 of in-stock jewelry, you'll receive a free pair of 2-carat total weight diamond studs from Robert Heck Diamonds. And also, you can get any size, shape, or clarity in natural or lab-grown diamonds. They got it all figured out. They love questions because they know the more questions, the more you're going to say. Robert Heck Diamonds. In Greenfield and in Brookfield. And, of course, they also take care of repair services, cash for your old gold. That's a good question for them. Do you sell my gold now or do I wait because gold keeps going up? Ask them. Call Robert Heck Diamonds, robertheckdiamonds.com. Again, free. You mention ESPN and purchase at least $2,000 of in-stock jewelry, you'll receive a free pair of 2-carat total weight diamond studs. And if you go to the past times when I've talked about Robert Heck Diamonds, you'll know what that is worth. robertheckdiamonds.com. Visit them in Brookfield or in Greenfield. All right, Gary Ellerson's Homer Hour discussing the game last night, and I have put it up as the Discount Liquor Twitter poll question because I think while your point about the offense is correct early on, they scored 31 points.
Doesn't matter.
When you have a good offense or good defense and you don't start right, you don't care because they go, no problem. We'll take care of business. We took care of business. The defense did.
They didn't.
You can have a bad offense when you score 31 points.
Because sometimes you need to score 40.
Then you got a problem, and it ain't.
It doesn't
it's
matter.
The defense.
You have sometimes you're in games where it's a shootout like that. You got to score 40.
I just want to let you know if you're in a game where you need to score 40, you got no chance of winning the Super Bowl.
Here's what I'm asking you to do.
Yes.
All I'm asking you to do.
I've already agreed with you.
Then that's it. Then that means they squandered opportunities.
No one's perfect on every offensive
The Green
set.
Bay Packers should have never started the way they started on offense.
I agree with that.
Overwhelm against some guys we don't even know their names.
And the fact they scored 31 points doesn't help your review.
I'm not worried about how many points they scored. I'm worried about the opportunities that they had from this offense that they didn't take advantage of. Homer.
Okay. Sugar free. You're on 94.5 ESPN, the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. Let her fly.
Okay, Gary, you are right about Love. He's a spectacular quarterback, top 5, I think, as a new quarterback. He can make any throw. The only throw that I was disappointed is the one over to Kraft. He overthrew in the end zone. Yeah. Other than that, stud. No, I don't know why.
I like this guy.
He's a stud, okay?
Like
so you got a stud,
like
okay?
People that agree
now I'm going to go to another thing, and there's really no question to Gary here. I'm just going to make some statements here.
Come on.
And I'm going to get off
Gary
here.
can respond. Give us one statement at a time, and Gary will respond. Statement 1.
Okay, well, obviously he agrees with that one. How about this one? Who is to blame for the first 3 series? Who is to blame?
You mean offensive? Okay.
One person.
Matt LaFleur.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So
you agree
that's
with that?
Easy. So it's LaFleur. It's not
hold
the
on.
Packers.
Sugar Free, do you agree with that? Is that what your answer would be? Okay. All right. Next question.
100%.
Next question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. But the Green Bay Packers did not lose the game on offense. They lost the game on defense.
Yeah. Ooh, let's find out if he agrees with you on that.
Yes. Absolutely.
So they lost it on defense because they can't. They're in zone coverage constantly.
Yeah.
When the new coordinator came in here and he said, "Oh, we're going to do a good portion of man-to-man."
They would if they had people healthy.
How about this one?
What's the question?
How about the receive? How about the
3 statements?
How about the touchdown? One more. I'll give you one more statement, then I'll have one more last question. How about the touchdown that Goff threw to Patrick when there were 3 defenders around him in the end zone?
Yeah, they were confused. Somebody messed up.
Give me a
Somebody messed up.
They were in zone.
I will defer what Tony Smith tells me.
Coverage?
Hold on. No. I will tell you what Tony Smith says about basketball. Homer, you refuse to understand. Sometimes the setup is perfect. Somebody just screwed up.
Yeah.
And when they screw up, nothing else matters.
No, that's true.
Somebody screwed up. You can't have a system would allow a player that wide open.
Yeah.
He also, how many times, Gary, how many times did they blitz last night? How much of the Packers?
Well, and this goes back to Jeff Hafley.
Thanks, Sugar Free. Appreciate it.
Jeff, what's the offense coordinator for the
Hafley?
No, the offense coordinator for the
Ben Johnson.
No, Ben Johnson, because he's going to be gone. Ben Johnson had Hafley on roller skates all night long. He was one step ahead of him. They threw a lot on first down, which they knew he wasn't dialing up blitzes, and they thought it was going to be a run game. They've got the perfect offense. You got to play Montgomery and Gibbs.
You know what?
For all 3 downs.
We're going to find.
You just got to play it.
We're going to find out next year when Ben Johnson's gone how great that offense is.
So, and this is what I'm telling most Packer fans, and I try to tell all my friends this, and especially my good friend John Manich. I don't know if he's listening. The Lions, and I said this last night on our postgame show to Jason Wilde. You were there, and so was Pebble, Chris Larson. He was there. The Lions are 1 year, maybe 2 ahead of us in the process of getting to the Super Bowl.
Right. But Packers can catch him this year.
Packers, I got no problem with Green Bay going back to Detroit.
If they got their young kids healthy defensively.
And winning. Jair's got to play.
Well, then the other guys, young guys, too, got to play.
Jair's got to play. In order for this really to work, Jair's got to play, and maybe Jeff Hafley can play like he wants to play and not be so cautious.
Yeah. No, he was not willing to gamble.
Right.
And many coordinators that way. When you have people hurt, be like, why would you do that and put that much pressure on that
But Aaron
person?
Glenn threw caution to the wind.
Correct.
Defensively and said, I don't care.
Because his coach likes to go crazy.
And they all bought in.
Yes, they have.
I mean, hook, line, sinker. All them jokers, front office, secretary, everybody's on board with what Dan Campbell is saying.
Now, we're going to see what
they all buy it.
We're going to see what they feel like after he blows it in the playoffs again with stupid decisions on 4th down.
He could.
And then
they're not worried about that right now.
It's true.
But he could.
Understandably so, because they haven't won a title since 57. 1-800-990-3776. Pebble, what do we have for our percentages, and what was the question?
We didn't put any question up yet, Homer.
No, I said put it up. Did the offense
you didn't specify
do okay?
What it was, though.
When you came in, I said put the question up. Is the offense okay if you score 31 points?
What, Homer? That's not.
Or can you be a good offense, or can you be a bad offense and still score 31 points?
No, but that's not. Yeah, but everyone's going to agree with you on, because that's not what I'm talking about.
Did the Packers lose the game because the offense was bad on the first three possessions?
Folks know my role here on this show.
What is your role?
Is to make you see not the obvious.
Oh. All right, hold on here. We'll
make you feel.
Did the Packers lose the game because the offense struggled the first three possessions, or the defense was terrible? Those are two choices.
Go against the notes of the game and the 31 points. To me, what's our phone number?
1-800-990-3776.
The game was lost in the first quarter.
Okay, that's the question. Why did the Packers lose? One, because they were terrible offensively in the first three possessions, or two, because the defense sucked for the whole game.
Well, that too.
I got to pick one or the other.
Well, two things can be true.
But which was more important?
Two things can be true.
Correct, but you've spent all the time focusing on the offense.
We haven't even got to the defense yet, but two things can be true. Did you ever feel like that they were going to win the game at all?
Yeah, but because
did you
because
feel
of
like
the defense,
in the fourth
not
quarter?
because I thought the entire game, even after those first three things, that they could score enough points to win the game. It was all going to be based on how good the defense was.
No, they never felt.
You don't believe in the offense that much?
Never felt the defense could stop them.
Well, I know, but that's so.
And that's why it goes back to the first quarter. You didn't score.
You had to score 40?
You damn near had to.
Oh, man. That's terrible. All right.
We got anybody else want to call?
We got 1-800-990-3776. We'll look at YouTube. No, we'll look at YouTube and see what chats we have there.
What's YouTube? What's that?
They're watching us on video.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's the new thing.
People can see me?
People can see you, yes. There's the camera. Smile to them.
That
would be mine, the one that you're looking straight at.
That one's mine?
I believe so,
That one's yours, yeah. So the poll question I got ready to go, Homer, did the Packers lose to the Lions because the offense failed their first three possessions, or because the defense was bad the whole game?
Yep.
Okay, fine.
You got to pick one or the other.
I like that.
And I judge you as saying the first was more important, the offense, because you started with that.
No, but I'm telling you, two things can be true.
Yes,
and
they can.
And in that case, they both are true.
Okay.
But that's okay. But make them yours.
Which is number one on the list.
You know what you should do, Pebbles? Or both. But you don't want to do that.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I like that.
Two things can be true.
So you'd have this, or both. There'll be three choices.
Yeah, three choices.
Yeah, very good. Do you have a car, boat, ATV, or motorcycle taking up space and storage in your garage? I want you to consider donating it to Rawhide Youth Services. I got four different things you can do.
Barton
I know
Cherry.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Co-founded in 1965 by Barton Cherry Star. He started with the donating vehicles because he donated his winning, I think it's a...
Was it a Corvette?
Yes, red Corvette for being the MVP in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Rawhide is a faith-based nonprofit that helps thousands of youth every year, many right here in Milwaukee, overcome trauma, suicidal thoughts, and live better lives. They need vehicle donation to support their mission of helping hurting youth transform their future. Actually, you have four options because they take these cars and boats and then sell them on eBay, and they're fantastic at it. So you could help Rawhide by donating a car, donating a boat, or buying a car or buying a boat when the ones they sell on eBay, because they do it so well and the prices are great. Your vehicle donation can make a difference. Visit rawhide.org/donate and learn how you can help today. Yeah, we'll have that discount liquor Twitter poll question perfectly set up next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Your tough ride continues now. Westbound 94 with an accident. The center lane's blocked at 35th Street, so that's making for big delays coming out of the Marquette all the way to that scene. And, of course, on the eastbound side, it has to have its own accident, so that's right at 68th Street. This one, luckily, is off on the right shoulder. Still, though, it's enough to make for a delay from 92nd Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. Southbound on 41, still dealing with an accident at Hampton Avenue with the center lane blocked. That's backing things up all the way back past Appleton Avenue. And then on southbound 43, backed up from Keefe to Locust and then through the Marquette. Northbound's backed up around North Avenue up to Keefe. Traffic is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. For tonight, partly cloudy skies, not as cold, a low of 26. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, breezy, mild with a high of 43. Weather's brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Tsunami Express, state-of-the-art washes for lasting shine. Stay ahead this winter with T2 featuring graphene from Tsunami Express Car Wash. Glossy protection that lasts. Try your first wash free at tsunamiexpress.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Did you know that military veterans in Wisconsin carry millions of dollars in debt? This holiday season, it's time to give back to those who have given so much. Verizon and the Milwaukee Bucks are teaming up with ForgiveCo to make a difference with the Verizon Debt Relief Program. All December long, Verizon and ForgiveCo will relieve $250,000 of debt each week to ease the burden on local heroes. To find out how military veterans and members can receive special Verizon offers, visit Verizon.com/military. Let's bring the spirit of giving to those who served.
Bengo made his list and checked it twice. Turns out Bucks fans are really nice. Slay the holidays with a limited time ticket offer that will land you at the top of Bengo's nice list. Score gifts for the Bucks fans in your life and treat yourself too. Holiday packages feature ticket codes to redeem now or use later, exclusive Bucks holiday items, and an e-gift card that can be used to eat, drink, and be merry at Pfizer Forum. Explore options at bucks.com/deal season.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sporked called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian, taste what all the screamin' is about.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
It's the holiday season, a special time to celebrate with family, friends, and coworkers. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Let us help you with your holiday celebration. Whether you're having a small family gathering, a bigger bash with friends and relatives, or a company party, we've got everything you need at the lowest prices in town. Discount Liquor is your one-stop gift shop with over 100 varieties of liquor, beer, and wine gift sets for everyone on your list. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma in Milwaukee and on Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com. And from our family to yours, have a happy and safe holiday season.
Discount liquor.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
We have the perfect Discount Liquor Twitter poll question, but it will wait because Gary Ellerson, this is the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour, he has some thoughts about a great partner.
Yes, I'm drinking whiskey.
Guys, I want to talk about my good friends over at the Jury Center. If you're getting ready to take that next step in life and propose, the Jury Center has to be the first stop. Whether it's naturally mined or lab-grown diamonds, the Jury Center has options for it all. Maybe you don't know exactly what kind of ring that special someone wants, but if they have a Pinterest board or ideas, bring it to the Jury Center. Their team of experts will help take your ideas from a dream to reality. Learn more about their engagement ring selection or any other services at shoptjc.com. Or stop in today at any of their 3 locations at Greenfield, Brookfield, or Burlington.
1-800-990-3776 if you have a question or statement for Gary Ellerson that you'd like him to respond to. Right now, I want to tell you about 38 minutes. Yes, even today. Homer, how many times are you going to say 38 minutes? I'm probably halfway there at $1 million, going to get to $2 million. That's American Place Casino, just a half hour south of Franklin. Just a half hour south of Franklin. And someone said, be exact, Homer. Yes, exact. 38 minutes. American Place Casino, located in Lake County, Illinois. Great table games, great slot machines, sports book, great food. All their promotions, AmericanPlaceCasino.com. But that's not my job. My job is to tell you so many times that when you think of American Place Casino, the first thing you think of is just a half hour south of Franklin. Or, if you want it perfect, 38 minutes south of Franklin, American Place Casino. We have the Discount Liquor Twitter poll question, but it will wait because Jeff in Sheboygan, you're on the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. Let her fly.
Hey, guys. I actually have a different thought for you. I mean, I actually thought the loss is on the offense. The defense did give you the ball 2 times darn near in the red zone for the offense to score in the second half. But my third option would have been the coaching. The time, how they dealt with that fourth quarter, the last drive for the Packers was atrocious. They went way too fast. They gave the opposing team way too much time. And you had to look at the scoreboard and know that a field goal was not going to cut it. You had to score the touchdown to make Detroit have to come back and score one on you. And they had no thoughts of even trying to punch it in.
I respond to that statement, please, Gary Ellerson.
Well, I don't think he's exactly wrong about any of those statements. There was a lot of, and so when you get into games like this, it's easy to second guess. Thank you for your phone call. I appreciate it. It's easy for you to second guess a lot of things that they did because the game was so close to help them win the ball game. So it's tough for me to disagree with anything that he said. He's absolutely right.
He's also right. The Packers did get the ball in a possession at the 16 and scored, and then they got the ball again at the 30, both in Detroit territory.
Yeah.
All right, the Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Did the Packers lose to the Lions because the offensive failed their first 3 possessions or because the defense was bad the whole game? Your choice is offense failed, defense bad all game, or both.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, defense was bad all game, 45%, both 41%, and offense failed at 15%.
Yeah.
So this is not a reflection of what is actually accurate and what occurred and what should be the correct answer.
No.
This is so we find out what people think.
Right.
Which tells us how much work we have to do based on how bad we think their answer is.
Yeah.
And the lead, both is
43%. But I don't feel like, because a lot of people like you, Homer, I've learned this because you're a fan. I know that people won't agree with the offense because they don't see it like I see it. Certain games you go into and you're saying to yourself, when you're in the offensive meeting room, they're telling you, you know what? We need to score every possession. Every time we get it, we got to score. And we're not saying our defense is bad.
How often does that happen?
A lot.
Wow. Okay.
No,
I'm good because they're not.
Bob Snelker stands right up there and says,
"Yes, Bob Snelker would say that
we got to score 40."
Right. And publicly, he's going to defend the defense.
Yeah.
This is where players know.
In the meeting room,
they know.
This is what's being said.
That's all you need to know.
We get to score 40 today.
All right. Okay. Now, tell us about your other partner.
My good friends at Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting their first ever tournament with $750 in cash prizes available. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a 2-man scramble, Homer, at Whistling Straits, all from the comfort of indoors on their top-tech, cutting-edge golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. Their tournament is $120 per pairing and runs through December 31st. Your winter chance to play Whistling Straits awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Yep, people playing golf 12 months a year in these places. You can play golf and have a little bite to eat and something to drink, too. One more 38 minutes. By the way, we have a question. Packers lost because they aren't the better team. Fine.
Yep.
But they lost. Yeah. They aren't the better team, but they're close enough that when you get the ball at the 30 of Detroit and your offense doesn't score, and you get the ball at the 16 of Detroit, you could win even though you're not the better team.
Yeah.
In order for the Packers to beat Detroit, they're going to probably need that again and then
And that's
improve
why
in
I
other
say
areas.
I'm not afraid to go back to Detroit winning.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell's going to be Dan Campbell.
Correct.
You got to be there to pick up the pieces.
Yes. And it works great over the course
Right.
of his season, the confidence.
Right. I mean, that's like these guys I tell you that's on my list, quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Throw your picks. You got to get them.
Yeah, true. And yes, right now they aren't the better team, but that game had many parts of what was necessary to win the game.
Yes.
All right, 38 minutes. I just can't say it often enough. 38. I wish you wore 38. That would be even better. You never wore 38, did you?
No, I'm trying to think who was a 38.
Yeah, we'll figure
Is that 38?
No, we'll have to work on that. American Place Casino, 38 minutes south of Franklin. Used to say just a half hour south of Franklin. And then somebody said, Homer! Okay. Drove it exactly 38 minutes. I think I'm accurate with both. But American Place Casino in Lake County, Illinois. Great table games, great slot machines, got a sports book, great food, latest promotions, AmericanPlaceCasino.com. But nobody ever mentions to me about American Place Casino that way. They say, Homer, I know! 38 minutes south of Franklin, or just a half hour south of Franklin if you aren't so specific. Ron, you're on with Gary Ellerson. Let her fly. We got about a minute and a half.
Ooh, I'll make it quick. Number one, Jordan Love is a top 3 quarterback because of his arm talent. Jared Goff doesn't have his arm talent. No. Neither does Russell Wilson.
Agreed.
He's got arm talent in the top 3. That's why he's as good as he is today and why he will be very good going down the stretch. He can make throws that most NFL quarterbacks in history cannot make.
Agreed.
Because of that arm talent.
In history.
Yeah, agreed.
I caught that. I heard that.
Agreed.
In history?
Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, he's got one of the best. He's got one of the best arms in NFL history.
7 o'clock today or no?
No, Fat Jack is waiting, but Ron is good, so we're going to give him another minute.
That's not what I asked you.
No.
Okay, number 2, very quickly. The Packers didn't lose the first quarter because of play calling, scheme, or Matt LaFleur. The Packers lost in the first quarter because their offensive line blew assignments on every single
They
play.
weren't ready. They weren't ready.
Well, I don't know if they were ready. I'm not going to make a judgment on why they did. I don't know if it was mental or physical or what, but one offensive lineman blew their assignment on every single play, and that's why they weren't effective. Once the linemen started to play better, the offense started to play better.
Sure.
So that's why they had trouble in the first quarter. It wasn't play calling. It wasn't Matt LaFleur. It was the offensive line blew their assignment.
Did they score enough points to win the game?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
You score 31, you expect to win most games in the NFL.
Yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah, 2 things.
I
can
like
be true.
this guy.
2 things can be true.
But you're not going to like this, Homer, because you said the defense was crap all game long. Totally disagree.
No, other than those 2 possessions. I mean, they did create the possessions, but in both times the Packers got ahead, they gave up 70-yard touchdown drives.
Well, just remember this.
Yes.
2 things on that, okay? Number 1 is when the Packers were down by 2 scores, the defense gave them the ball twice inside their defensive territory, one by an interception and one by stopping a 4th and 1. Huge plays turned the whole momentum of the game around. Regarding giving up 70 yards, you're playing against the best offense in the National Football League on their home turf Thursday night with a lot of juice. Okay? So you got to take that into context.
All right.
All right?
Yeah. All right, we got to go. Thanks for the call.
There it is.
You want the last word?
No,
yeah, the defense did something.
I don't need the last word.
You don't? It's the Gary Ellerson Homer
I gave
Hour.
you the first word.
All right. Fat Jack is next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on 94.5 ESPN. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Romeo. This 3-syllable, you have to take the O out of the equation. That's too easy.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Iota, right? Not one iota. Iota.
Yeah. That's only 4 letters.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
Let's pretend you're a first-time listener to Wilde and Tausch. What the hell is this? They're discussing syllables.
On 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hi, I'm David Gruber. When you've been seriously injured, you need the best team of professionals on your side. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices to get the results you deserve. One call, that's all.
On the actual day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a 12-pack of Lakefront, 11 Jims of Beaming, 10 Royals Crowning, 9 Johnny's Walking, 8 Wines of Sparkling, 7 Miller's Lighting, 6 Geese of Graying, 5 Chardonnays, 4 Spotted Cows, 3 Cabernets, 2 gift cards from just one trip to Discount Liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. 'Tis the season to check out Discount Liquor's tremendous selection of over 2,000 varieties of beer, 3,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines from around the world. And yes, we do carry 8 varieties of ready-to-drink eggnog. Celebrate this most festive time with a great selection of beautifully packaged liquor gift sets, sure to make you the hit of the party or as a perfect gift for the liquor connoisseur on your shopping list. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority with the latest technologies at their state-of-the-art Brookfield office. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. And now, Holtebeck Eye Center is excited to add Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist that is now available to see patients. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol, learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
Who doesn't love diamonds? Hey, it's Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Ortman on ESPN Wisconsin. I know my fiance loves diamonds as evidenced from the natural diamond engagement ring I bought her at Robert Hack Diamonds. But did you know Robert Hack Diamonds also has access to thousands of lab-grown diamonds? Any shape, any size, stop in at Robert Hack Diamonds location and mention ESPN for a pair of high color and clarity 2-carat total weight lab-grown diamond studs for $6.99. Yes, $6.99 for a 2-carat total weight diamond stud. Want 4-carat total weight? Robert Hack Diamonds has you covered there too. Now is the time where you can see the deals from all sorts of jewelry stores, but before buying, make sure you call Robert Hack Diamonds. They will crush, and I mean crush, the deal you found. They want your business and they have already earned mine. Remember, 2-carat total weight lab-grown diamond studs for just $6.99, and all you have to do is mention ESPN on your next trip to one of their 2 Robert Hack Diamond stores. Learn about all they do at roberthackdiamonds.com.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. It's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee, and with holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust AccuTrans Group to handle all of my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or festive celebration, AccuTrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
We know that the people of Wisconsin are hard workers, that they're tough. But even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
Yes, it's time to talk to Fat Jack, fatjacksports.com. I always have a million questions. I say it again, you need them more than ever before because of all the different things out there, and you need to listen to what he says and how he does it. fatjacksports.com. Good afternoon, Jack.
Good afternoon. Yeah, championship week. General public probably going to have some trouble this week because these are very tight lines in some of these championship games. NFL doesn't have a super sexy card, so you got to be able to pick through and figure out where to make the money. And we're having a really nice run right now. Player props 16-8 last week. Soccer's on an 11-1 run. So really, really strong in those extra kind of added sports that can turn an okay week into a great week. Basketball swept again yesterday, so basketball off to a really nice start. So excited for a big weekend, Homer. What are you looking at first? What
all right, first of all, championship week. Is it different because you now have a 12-team playoff after this? Are some of these games going to be influenced by what teams need to do or not do? Is it an issue that you're addressing or not?
Yeah, so I'm a believer in that the added pressure of this weekend matters, all right? And you have expanded games out of different teams that are playing for a ton that aren't used to being in that situation, and that does matter. We see that every year, in late games in the college football season where teams are playing for something versus teams that aren't. This year, it's even expanded and magnified. Just take the game tonight, Homer. UNLV and Boise. All right, so you have two teams full of players that on their best dream did not expect to have the opportunity to make history at this point when they signed to go play football for Boise or UNLV. So if they win this game tonight, they're in the 12-team playoff. They're making history as one of the top 12 teams to first do this playoff. If they don't win, they get to go play in the Los Angeles Bowl hosted by Gronk and watch Gronk smash beer cans into his head for 3 straight days. So they're playing for a ton. I mean, if you win, you're going to the playoff. If you lose, you're hanging out with Gronk watching him fart through his armpit. I mean, the whole thing is a huge game. That matters. All the pressure on Boise for sure. UNLV started the year, had a quarterback change early on. The kid asked for a transfer. This is a team that is absolutely capable of pulling the upset, especially because they defend the run really well. So I look underdogs in a lot of these games because of that added pressure. Early in the year, Homer, I gave out Clemson on this show to win. I said bet them they're 50 or 60 to 1 to win the national championship, understanding they were never probably going to win the national championship. But if they got in the playoff, we would be able to hedge them back at 50 or 60 to 1. That bet's actually been pushed up to this week because this, in essence, the ACC game is a quasi-playoff game for a huge long shot like Clemson. And so I've told my people, definitely bet time and a half your initial bet at 60 to 1 on SMU on the money line. And then that way you're getting out of that one good decision that you made back in August. You're guaranteeing yourself at least a half a unit of profit. Just extra things to make extra money based on the climate change in college football.
Go to FatJackSports.com. All right, I think I have this right. The Packers and the Lions. Lions were favored by 3.5. They win by only 3. And then so if you bet the Packers, I guess you won. But my question is, all the discussion that occurs about a half point, this or that, does it make that much a difference in the big picture, or are a majority of your wins in the correct side not decided often enough by a half a point to have all this discussion as far as the half a point, 3 in gambling?
It does matter. It doesn't talk me out of a game, all right? But you should always take responsibility of your money and shop the best line, because it does, especially in the NFL. Key numbers are important: 3, 4, 7, 6. Those type numbers are very important in the NFL, in a league that has so much parity. Games or TVs are very evenly matched, so it's going to come down a lot of times on 3. So you want to shop the best line. But it's kind of a two-parted answer because they're not going to – those lines are, generally speaking, not going to talk me out of a play, because if I thought they were going to be close, I wouldn't release it to begin with. So you want to take some financial responsibility, get 3. If you had Green Bay, you want to get 3.5. You don't want to be playing it at 3 for sure. Or Detroit, you want to try to get it to 3. Now, I don't believe in buying half points, even in the NFL. That's something, if you talk to 10 sharp players, some of them have different theories, some of them don't. I do not believe long-term that's going to benefit you. But, yeah, shop the best line. But to what you're basically saying, if I thought it was going to be within 3 points, why would I be releasing the game? So it doesn't talk me out of place, but you should definitely look for the best number.
I'm wondering about – I always look at coaches. Are coaches now an issue in these big college games, or is it the team? Or I mean, you talked about Clemson; they used to be really good. Now I think they're pretty good. I don't even know. Is there a college team that's really good, or does that mean you just keep playing underdogs because it's going to be closer than people think?
Yeah, generally speaking, you're right, Homer. You're going to lean under. You don't keep playing them. There's not across the board one answer. Otherwise, we'd all just do that. But you want to think. Value comes with underdogs in a it's make no mistake, it's because of the change in climate in college football, the portal, the transfer portal, those type things. Even though Clemson doesn't do that, they're one of the only 2 teams other than the Armed Forces that took no transfer portals. They're trying to build a culture, trying to do it with kids that they're recruiting out of high school. But everybody else, you have more parity. You have the second string and third string guys from Alabama that are going other places. They're not sitting waiting their turn. That's creating balance in college football. And frankly, there's a learning curve on how good you can be, how quickly, because it takes longer with all these new pieces to get on the same page. And some programs are falling to the wayside. Tulsa Kevin Wilson just got fired. He was losing games by 40 because Tulsa has not decided to get any NIL money. Players are being promised things and not being paid things. And so this culture has created balance, which is what I think a lot of fans like. It also allows you, in your world, Homer, of basketball, to turn things around so much quicker. In basketball, you don't need 15, 20 players.
Two or
three guys. Two or three guys jump in the portal and be on your team. You all of a sudden go from an okay team to a really good team because the climate has changed. So as long as this changes, we're going to think underdogs first, not only in these games, but throughout the course of the season. Underdogs did really well. SEC underdogs this year covered it almost 65% of the time. Just blindly betting underdogs in the most popular football conference, college football, would have made you a unit or two out of every 10 bets you placed. So until further notice, we're going to think underdogs first.
Go to FatJackSports.com. I'll let you finish, but I just have one more. I think knowing how to play with the coach at Penn State, Franklin, is the easiest money in the world. When they play somebody no good, he's going to cover. When they play somebody good, he never covers. You always set me straight if I'm missing stuff.
Why is this line only 3.5, Homer? You're right. I mean, if you want to focus on James Franklin's inability to win against good teams,
they're going to get there. I take Oregon 100 times.
Well, but everybody knows that. I mean, Penn State has lost 13 straight games versus top 10 teams. In 4 of the 6 of games where they've played top-ranked teams, they've scored 0 or 1.
Yeah, my guy told me once, play the freight train.
Right? I just don't know that Oregon is that freight train. So you're basically playing against Penn State, not for Oregon.
Right, because he can't beat anybody any good.
So here's the thing. He doesn't have to beat them. He's just got to cover.
Okay.
They're averaging 14 points a game, giving up. Their defense is top 5 in the country. There's value at Penn State because of exactly what you're saying. Everybody's going to play Oregon. Who's lining up to play Penn State? It's over a field goal, but just over for a reason. Look for that thing to come right down to the wire. But think underdogs first this weekend, generally speaking, because you're getting value and you're getting that added pressure of teams playing for things that they're not used to, accustomed to playing for.
Any NFL note you want or any last thought you had for us?
Yeah, kind of a tough week for the NFL as far as watchability, but there are some spots. The general public won again last week, a bunch of money. They've done that about once a month or so. Look for that to switch back over. So teams like Chicago, teams like...
And when the public wins, it's always because favorites won. Am I right?
That's right.
Okay.
Favorites win, favorites covering. That's how the public wins. They don't know how to factor a line. They just play the best team. Like Detroit last night, they're off to an 0-1 start. Everybody on Detroit. Green Bay gets the money last night, but teams like Atlanta to rebound from Cousins, 4 turnovers. Jacksonville, the Jets, teams that are tough to walk up to the window and play, they're going to cash more times than not going forward over the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Thanks. We'll talk next Friday.
Have a great week, Homer. See you soon. $49, by the way. Go sign up at Fat Jack Sports this weekend, only $49.
FatJackSports.com. I don't know what's next, but it's not as good as this was. Next.
Well, things are getting a little bit better. We